name is Pam Malley, and I'm a speech pathologist on the Education Advisory Board for the Tourette Association of America. I'm here today with Kathy Giordano, the Education Specialist for the Education Advisory Board, to discuss the topic of giftedness as it relates to Tourette Syndrome. Kathy, tell us, what is giftedness?
Well, I want to share with you the U.S. Department of Education definition of gifted and talented. They say, quote, students who give evidence of high achievement capabilities in areas such as intellectual, creative, artistic, leadership, or specific academic fields who need services or activities not ordinarily provided by the school in order to fully develop those capabilities. So I think that definition is really important. It recognizes, the U.S. government is recognizing that there are students who are gifted and talented who are not receiving the supports that they need.
How is gifted and talented different from twice exceptional?
Twice exceptional is a child that is gifted and talented but also has a deficit or a disability or a disorder, something that interferes with them being able to demonstrate their true giftedness and talent.
So does that mean that then, in addition to getting gifted and talented services, they might also qualify for an IEP or a 504?
Absolutely. There are some states that actually have on their IEP gifted and talented or twice exceptional. The federal government doesn't require gifted and talented or twice exceptional to be on an IEP, but there are many states that do include it. Unfortunately, there are many states that don't.
How common is twice exceptional in students with Tourette syndrome?
We don't have any data on it. We actually are going to be trying to collect some data on this. I've been working with students and children with Tourette syndrome for over 25 years, and it's really come to my awareness that almost everybody I talk to, their child has some specific area of talent or giftedness. And unfortunately, too many times we focus on the disability and the symptoms and don't focus on the talents and the strength of the child.
In that instance, what can families do to find out or explore if their child actually is twice exceptional, and what can they do about it if in fact their child is?
I strongly recommend parents to pay attention to any interest that a child has, whether it's music or dance or drama or science, creative writing, and to really explore that, and don't use it as a threat. Don't use it as a negative consequence, and don't use it as a reward. Just support the talent, support the strengths, because it's important for the child with Tourette to have a good self-esteem. And if we don't pay attention to their strengths, or we use it as a punishment, then they're not going to be interested in their strengths and talents anymore. As parents, if we do support their talents and strengths, it can help them socially in school, and it can help them socially as an adult, and it actually can even, lots of times, will lead to a career.
If a parent believes their child is twice exceptional, then do they request an evaluation, and if so, from what professional?
Lots of times you don't need an assessment, because if a child is drumming on everything in sight from the age of 2, it's a kind of a clue that they like drumming, or if they're dancing. So lots of times you don't need a professional assessment, but other times, particularly if it's an intellectual strength or interest, ask the school, write a letter and ask the school for an evaluation. I have run into too many kids that are really, really, really smart who in 7th grade start failing, start getting bad grades. Because in elementary school, oftentimes the intellect disguises the disabilities, and then you get into middle school and high school and the disabilities start disguising the intellect. If something is not going well, ask for an evaluation. Find out where their strengths are. And when you have the school psychologist do an evaluation, look at the evaluation carefully. Look at the information on the Tourette website that talks about how to read an evaluation, because you want to look at, okay, so he gets 99 percentile here and he gets 20 percentile here, so lots of times the school will say they're average. Well, they're not average. They're gifted in this area, and that's the area that needs support.
That's great information. Thank you for joining us. If you need more information on this topic, please visit Tourette.org.